Hi, my name's Kiera and I'm a second year English literature student here at Kent. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what you could expect your first year as an English lit student at Kent to look like. So in your first year you have a mixture of compulsory, optional and even wild modules. Over the course of the year you'll pick up 120 credits, which is then divided across the 2 terms. Depending on the workload of each module, there'll be either 15 or 30 credits, which means in each term you'll take 2 to 3 modules. The optional modules offer opportunities to delve deeper into particular genres, centuries, or movements which interest you. It's also up to you whether you pick ones that you already know a little bit about and want to explore in a whole world of greater detail, or whether you pick ones that may be completely new to you. Either way, they're built to offer you an introduction to the topic, and then as you learn more, the module grows with you. As your knowledge expands, you're provided with more and more text and research. As well as the optional literature modules, you could also choose to make up 15 of your credits a term with a module from another course at the university. These are called the wild modules, which means that if you're worried about the narrowing down of subjects from A-level to university, you could soften that transition with a module that interests you from another course. And you can also just use the opportunity to explore a subject that you may not have been able to access before. So to illustrate and bring a bit more to life all the information that I just threw at you, I'm going to briefly walk you through the modules that I chose from my first year. The 2 compulsory modules of English literature are Changing Literatures from Chaucer to the Contemporary and Thinking Through Theory. These are great foundational modules with the purpose of basically talking you through literature as if it were all new to you. And you'll find while you're studying that these modules, a lot of it is completely new to you, or maybe it's just a new perspective or a new insight that you hadn't ever considered. Changing Literatures gives you a whistle-stop tour through the centuries, looking at different forms of text such as poetry, drama, novella and more, and the different historical influences and social contexts. I found this module allowed me to have a taste of everything to help me begin to think about what might be my favourite areas of literature, and that it also just helped with a general literary knowledge. I also loved Thinking Through Theory as it used so many different types of text, including film and lyrics, to provide a toolkit of sorts for the literary analysis of any kind of text. I found it enlightening in many ways, and particularly in the week on disability theory, which was something that I had never encountered before and which felt so important to be introduced to. Then the optional modules that I chose were Other Worlds, Dystopias and Futures, and Romantic Ecologies and the Modern Invention of Nature. I absolutely loved these 2 modules because they took topics of literature that I felt familiar with, but then completely tore apart my previous knowledge and reassembled it around new theories, new individuals, and new concepts. In Other Worlds, I was introduced to so many amazing authors such as Kazuo Ishiguro and Ursula Le Guin, and I also got to explore Afrofuturism and Indigenous futurisms, both of which were revelatory and felt extremely relevant and poignant in our current climate of social protest. It was also a very eerie module to take in the midst of a pandemic. Romantic Ecologies was similarly relevant and powerful in its evaluation of our human connection to the world and the nature around us. I also found Romantic Ecologies absolutely brilliant in the way that it framed romanticism, because before taking this module I knew of no female romantics. However, by the end of it, I had written an assignment about feminine romanticism and women such as Dorothy Wordsworth and Charlotte Smith, whose early sonnets predated all of the male romantic poets that I was taught about before uni. Finally, I took 2 wild modules, one in each term, which were Classical Mythology and Guilt and Redemption in Modern Literature. As much as I love English literature, I've always also enjoyed other subjects. Mythology has always interested me, and I never had a chance to study it before, so I had a great time on that module. And it was interesting having different forms of assessment and meeting students from another course. The Guilt and Redemption module was from the Comparative Literature course, so sort of still in the same world as English Lit, but again, it allowed me to meet some different people, which meant new conversations and different perspectives, and it also had an amazing reading list of texts that I'm so glad I got to study, two of which being Toni Morrison's Beloved and Mohsin Hamid's The Reluctant Fundamentalist, both of which I would highly recommend. University is an amazing opportunity to learn so much. And the main thing I want to emphasise about our School of English here at Kent is the brilliant job it does at balancing the academia of literature studies with the relevance and the relatability of real-life issues. Coming to university is a massive step. It's an insane moment in your life where you get to properly figure out and decide who you are. I found with every lecture, seminar, book and discussion with teachers and peers, the things that I was learning on this course were really having an impression on me, and I find that they are still impacting me a year later. And it's even more inspiring knowing that all of the learning was online, so I can only imagine how great in-person, non-lockdown learning will be. I hope that even in this short amount of time, I've been able to capture my enthusiasm and genuine love for this course, and I hope that what I've shared has caught your interest and sparked a little glow of excitement within you as it did for me when I was in your position. Thank you for listening, and all the best with your learning journeys. Bye.